What is going on, guys? This is Nick Becker, and for my self-study project, I have chosen the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I really just picked this book because often I find myself setting high goals and high expectations, but Atomic Habits by James Clear really challenges the idea that success comes from huge changes. It focuses on how small daily actions can lead to long-term growth, and that just really clicked for me. This semester I'm defining success for me by building consistency in my daily routine and feeling more in control of my time. This semester, I'm working on building a strong morning routine that includes journaling, planning out my day, and eating a good breakfast. Because you know what they say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's a old little saying. But, I'm using strategies like habit stacking and environment design. Habit stacking is linking a new habit to an existing one to make it easier to remember. So, example, after, do a little brushing my teeth, I immediately sit down to journal. And environment design. The definition would be to change your physical space to make good habits easier and bad habits harder. So an example would be keeping my journal and planner visible on my desk so I remember to use them. I'm tracking my progress with a habit tracker, and I'm aiming to practice this routine at least 5 times a week for 10 weeks. So far, about halfway through this specific novel, and I've already started making small changes, like preparing my planner the night before and keeping my journal visible. At the beginning of this, I thought I was going to wake up in the morning and then do my planner, but with this book and James Clear's help from his novel that I've been reading, I have realized that, it's just really a good idea to do it the night before so that I'm less rushed in the morning. And keeping my journal visible on my desk, it just helps, because I see it after I brush my teeth, it's what I gotta do, And, it's just helping me feel more focused and less rushed in the mornings. And, the one-on-one meetings that we've been having have been very helpful. They've made me feel more confident reaching out to professors and speaking up in class. And, it's just good to have somebody checking in on you, making me feel, that someone cares and just someone to help me. And, overall, I just feel like I'm making progress, and not just with my habits, but with how I think about growth and consistency. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.